This HAN Network video is brought to you by Coastal Orthopedics.
In each group I've interviewed here at Greenwich High School, we've talked about tradition, we've talked about excellence. This program, Greenwich Varsity Football, stands right there among them all, not only here, not only in the FCIAC, but in the state. One of the great programs, tradition and excellence that stretches back from Mike Ornato with Steve Young and his brothers, right on through to Richie Albanizio with John Sullivan and their championship years, and now these guys under first-year head coach John Marinelli. We'll let these guys introduce themselves, starting down here.
Ian Bannon.
Scooter Harrington.
Luke Beanstalk.
Kevin Woodring.
By the way, 3 of the 4 guys all had brothers that I've broadcast at one time or another. We'll start with Sean's brother, Ian, who also is a golfer, and you play with Coach Joff in bowling. How about that?
It's a blast. Golf is actually one of my favorite sports, even though football is up there too. And bowling with Coach Joff can't be any more fun.
Wayne Joffrey, really good guy, still an assistant here, and has run a state championship winning bowling team, in fact. And Scooter, you've become a great target. Even as a freshman, you were just dominant. Let's talk about your plans going into this year and what the Cardinal expectations are.
We're really just trying to get a lot better every day and get ready for Trinity Catholic September 18th. Should be a really good game, and our underclassmen are working really hard to prepare themselves, and we are too, so it should be fun.
Now, I know the answers, having talked to Coach Al and to Coach Marinelli as well. This is a one-game-at-a-time program, without a doubt. We speak to Luke now, and watching you run the ball this year, it's going to be a big deal getting the Cardinal offense going. What do you see offensively for this group?
I think we're really deep. When it comes to running backs, we have a bunch of guys there. We have a really skilled receiving core. And, we have just a really talented offense. What Coach Marinelli is going to do with it, I think, will be fun to watch. And I can't wait to play our first game.
How about, I know you're an All-American in rugby. How about playing rugby here at Greenwich? I mean, again, water polo, rugby, 2 unique sports to the FCIAC, but you guys have one of the best programs, not only in the state, but in the country.
Yeah, we finished 6th in the country last year, and the coaching there is great. We're looking to have a really good season again this year. I just really can't wait to get back on the pitch.
Kevin, over to you. I know you play both sides of the line, but defense at Cardinal Stadium has always been a big deal. You guys have prided yourself on keeping that number low on the other side of the scoreboard. I don't want you to give me the playbook, but give me an idea of what we can expect to see from the Cardinals on D.
Really what we're just trying to do is work really hard on defense, get to the ball. That's our main objective, make sure every man's to the ball. And we're just really working hard and just preparing for September 18th, which is what we're trying to focus on right now. And that's our most important part of what we're trying to do with our program right now.
You can see Eric wearing a Greenwich Cannons pullover, a baseball player as well. We'll see you on the baseball field again. Cardinals were pretty good on the baseball field, hoping for big things out of them this year. But football-wise, we've got them a couple of times this year. They will be with us against Darien. They don't want to talk about it. I'll just mention they're going to play a team that also wears red, white, and black from another part of the county, in which it's a coach versus coach, and that's all you need to know. Check the schedule. You'll figure out what I'm talking about. They've got a great rivalry against Staples on Thanksgiving Day as well. We'll see them a handful of times, and it's exciting. And this one, for me, quite honestly, as I said to A.J. Simonowski, this was the easiest and toughest interview for me because I broadcast these guys for almost 15 years here, so it's an honor to talk with the Greenwich football program. The great Cardinals with us on the HAN Network. Big Red at Greenwich High School. Happy to be joined by the new head coach here at Greenwich High School, John Marinelli. I'm Rob Adams. John, I've interviewed you before. Congratulations on being here at Greenwich, and I know what the tradition of this program means to you, and it's an exciting time for Greenwich football, and it's an exciting time for you as well. How has practice gone so far?
It's gone well. I think they're still learning about me, and I'm still learning about them, so it's a transition period. Every practice is a little bit different from what they're used to, and every day is a little bit different. Trying to throw new things at them. So their football IQ is pretty high, so it's been an easier transition, but a transition nonetheless.
Expectations have always been high in this town, going back through Coach Ornato, through Coach Albanizio, now to you. And one thing you've done is you have really absorbed this town. You have worked your way all around. How accepting has the town been? How's it been for you so far?
Well, I'm still haven't had a loss yet, so everyone's really happy. Yeah, no, I mean, everyone's been great. Very supportive. The community is fantastic, and the more I'm out there in the community, the more support I see, and I'm so grateful to be in a place like Greenwich, and I just hope to be able to make them all proud.
You've got a great feeder program in town with the GYFL. I'm sure you and your coaches are keeping an eye on the future. Obviously, you're focusing on the right now, but just spend a moment on the GYFL and what it means to Cardinal football.
Everything. And the funny part is everyone from outside of Greenwich thinks that it's broken. And if you have to be inside Greenwich to understand like how well-oiled machine this thing is. I mean, it is an incredible program, one of the best I've seen, youth programs that I've been around. And it really is incredible. Frank Sarcone, the GYFL president, does such a great job. And I'm excited to get out there, see some of the practices, meet the kids, but it means a lot, and just to get the kids to understand basic fundamentals, to get them lined up, to make football fun again, and obviously to keep ours and Brunswick's numbers high is something that's very important to us. So,
the GYFL, the Greenwich Youth Football League, plays one of the great days of football around. Their championship Sunday right here at Cardinal Stadium right before Thanksgiving is always fun to watch. And you mentioned Brunswick. You and Coach Jared Shine put together a scrimmage, and you kind of are, not that the relationship needed to be fixed between the two schools, but you've regrouped them and got them back together, and that it seems to be great. How did it work in the scrimmage?
It worked well. I mean, these kids know each other, a lot of them, and Brunswick is able to have kids from outside of the town, but it worked really well. And you have two championship caliber teams in this town, and this town should be proud of it and not trying to fight one side or the other. So to bring us together, especially in regards to the youth football, and to make it one big family and not two separate, is something that Jared and I talked in length about, and our plan is coming through right now. So we're hoping for the relationship to continue to build and to work with each other in the future.
We'll deal with the other red, white, and black team when we see you in a couple of weeks. We'll deal with that then. I talked to your dad the other day, but regardless of that, do you have any idea, any feeling for what your emotions are going to be like when you go up against Trinity Catholic? Because that's game one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Donnie does such a great job there, and now with Coach Albanizio on their staff and Coach Cairo, it really solidifies what they're all about. And so, I mean, emotionally for me, I'm just going to treat it like another game. Our kids are going to treat it like another game. I know for them it's probably a little bit more meaningful, but I think as a coach you have a responsibility to your kids to not be high or too low on any given week, whether you're playing the New York Giants or anybody. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I'm just gearing away every day in practice right now. Talk to me on September 17th, and it might be different, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
You got a deal there. He's going to have a great team this year. I'm really confident in these Cardinals, and we wish him and the Cardinals a lot of luck. The varsity football coach, John Marinelli, with us here on the HAN Network at Greenwich High School.